Alright there folks, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Lovely to see you as always. Hope we've all had a decent Friday. I tell you what man, we couldn't have been any closer to cashing that pick today. All we needed was one more game from Jakub Mensah. I feel like he could have done a little bit better in that second set, but with it being Djokovic, we'll let him off with that. And Taylor Fritz beat David Goffin. Sets us up with two belters for the semi-finals. Before we get into them, like the video if you would, subscribe if you're not. If you want to support the channel, link in the description and the pinned comments along with the picks. You can do just that if you want to. Which one do we go with first here? I'll tell you what, while we're coming to the end of the tournament, I've got a double locked in and I've also got a nice little unit play as well, so we'll get to that when we get to it. Going to keep it as brief as I possibly can. We know what we've seen with these players the past couple of days. No need to go into it too much. We'll start with Sinner and Thomas Mahac. Head-to-head, 1-0 to Sinner. That was in Miami earlier on in the year. 6-4, 6-2 for those that are interested. I think it's safe to say Thomas Mahac back then in March, it wasn't exactly the Thomas Mahac that we've got come towards the end of the year. So, food for thought. I'm only really going to talk about that last game, that Alcaraz match. I don't think any of us thought he was going to win that. I know we took him plus the points. Happy days, I was proud of that, but I didn't think he was going to win that, especially in straight sets. Played some solid tennis. It went back and forth a little bit. Yannick Sinner, on the other hand, he just bullied Daniel Medvedev, didn't he? He just had his way with Medvedev. We had a feeling he would. We had him minus the points there. See, it's a tough one, this, because we've took both of these recently, and I don't fancy going against either of them. I'm pretty sure I seen the points at 4.5. You're getting plus money for 4.5 with Thomas Mahac there. Me personally, I feel like if we went with 5.5 against Alcaraz, we should be okay taking the 5.5 against Yannick Sinner if you want to go that way. I'm pretty certain that's the way I'm going to look at, although I am 100% certain that Yannick Sinner wins this game. I don't think Thomas Mahac is going to beat him. I really don't. I think he's going to run into a bit of a wall here with Yannick Sinner. I can't think of anything that Thomas Mahac does that Sinner doesn't do better, But then again, everyone was so certain Alcaraz was just going to dust them, weren't they? It's a weird one. I was all right with taking the points against Alcaraz. I'm a bit on the fence against Yannick Sinner, but you know what? I think I'm overthinking it. It probably is as easy as it looks. I think we go with Thomas Mahac plus the 5.5 again. I think he can cover it. I really do. Getting well better odds for that than what you would be for Sinner just to win. Can he beat Yannick Sinner? I mean, I'm not saying he's going to beat Yannick Sinner, but the way Thomas Mahac is playing, he's got the best chance of doing it right now in his current form. 5.5 games? Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take the 5.5. That's the unit play. Just have a little sprinkle on that. Just sit and watch, make it interesting. Fingers crossed, best of luck to you. Regarding the double that I mentioned as well, I do think Yannick Sinner wins this one, probably in straight sets. Am I taking Sinner to win in straight sets? No, but I'm going to parlay this with the next pick. I'm going to take Yannick Sinner to win the first set. So I probably should have mentioned the doubles around, call it 1.8 on 365, including the boost. I've had a decent past couple of days on the dart, so I don't mind. I'm not going to get greedy. 1.8 will do me for these ones, along with the unit lock as well. So Thomas Mahac plus the 5.5, and the first one on the parlay will be Yannick Sinner to win the first set. Moving on, this is quick as well. Nice. That's how I like it. It's Djokovic and Taylor Fritz here. Now head-to-head is 9-0 to Djokovic here. 1.4 on the decimal, spread's 2.5. seen a lot of people talking about Taylor Fritz, and rightly so. You know, he's been so good. Let's give Taylor Fritz some credit. He's been fantastic in the Masters. Shit up form, red up form. That head-to-head is worrying. It is worrying. When was the last time they played each other? Let's have a quick look. I'm pretty sure it was earlier on in the year. It was Australian Open, so 3-1 to Djokovic. Then in the US Open the year before that, 3-0. Cincinnati, yeah. Last 3 on the hard court, Taylor Fritz has only won 1 set. Okay, he's in well better form than I've probably ever seen him, so that does stand for something. Djokovic did drop the first set to Jakub Mintek today. It was close, man. It was close. Just, you know, silly little slip up here and there. Give it away for him. I can't believe he just came back and absolutely pasted them in the second and third. I knew he was going to win, but like I mentioned at the start of the video, we had the 5.5 with Mensah. It finished on 17.5. One more game, 18.5. There's the bet there. We look like geniuses. We could have squeezed one more game out of Mensah. Or could we? Apparently not. Djokovic was just that good. 2.5. You know what? I don't take this the wrong way. I was going to use the Holger Rune game as a comparison here, and then when we seen Holger Rune and Taylor Fritz, and it was 2.5 like this, and Taylor Fritz just came out and absolutely annihilated them. I think we could get a similar showing from Djokovic here. Taylor Fritz plus the 2.5 here. I don't really feel comfortable taking that. I think Djokovic could cover that easily. Look at the spreads he's been covering all week. He's only dropped the 1 set as well in the entire tournament. That was to Mensah today. Obviously, apart from that, he's fucking smoked everyone. Taylor Fritz has looked decent as well, especially in that game against Holger Rune. But as we mentioned, Holger Rune was just, I don't know, that kid was on his ass that match. David Goffin, we know he's been playing really good the past few weeks. We haven't really shut up about him, but like, what can we really take from that? Taylor Fritz was always going to beat him, weren't he? Always going to beat him. In fact, what was that? How did that finish? I'm pretty sure that was was it just a 1 break? Something like that. Yeah, 6-3, 6-4. Routine win for Taylor Fritz. I think Djokovic wins this. I do. We've been saying all week how good he performs in Shanghai, or specifically this Masters as well. I don't see why. Even though, look, Taylor Fritz, is this the time? Is it going to be 10-0 to Djokovic? Is it going to be 9-1? I don't know. Look, we know Djokovic, he ain't exactly a spring chicken anymore, but he's still got it. 1.4, while we're getting him for that. That's going to go with Sinner for the first set. That's the parlay right there. Nice little double. 1.8 on Bet365. I think Djokovic gets it done. No questions about it. Let me know what you think on that. Are you taking Taylor Fritz plus the points there? Do you think Taylor Fritz beats him? I don't, personally. I don't. And you know what? We're only going to have one more game after this, aren't we? And then we'll be getting into it. Are we back in Europe after this? Yes, fucking get in. Nice. Normal sleeping pattern resumed. I'll have a bit of that. Fuck it, you know what? Djokovic minus the 2.5. I'm going to stick it there with the Mahatch one as well. Yeah, I think he covers it. I really do. Be fucking shocked if Fritz keeps it as close as... I can see Taylor Fritz maybe winning a set, but then again, I said all we need, if he wins a set like a 6-4, all we need is a 6-3. Anything like that, 6-4 tiebreak, 2.5 not when we're talking about Djokovic, in my opinion. Considering Taylor Fritz has never come close to beating him before, I don't know why it'd start now. Semi-finals Djokovic, semi-finals Shanghai Djokovic, may I add, minus the 2.5. I'll have a bit of that. Let me know what you think. Right then, sound, happy days, 10 minutes on the nose pretty much. I'll be saying good night to you folks. We appreciate you stopping by and spending the time, as always. like the video if you've liked it, subscribe if you're still watching and you're not subscribed. If you've been winning some cash over the Masters, you want to send a little something my way. If you're feeling generous, look, you don't have to. You really don't have to. If you want to, you know what to do. You know where the link is. All that bollocks. Right then, folks, get your best bets in. Whatever you're going for, doesn't matter what sport. You know what I'm like. I'm into everything. And I'll see you in a bit. Take it easy. Take care of yourself. Take care of one another. Enjoy the tennis. Let's go get some cash, and I'll see you tomorrow.